Hi guys, my name's Paul Taylor and I'm just going to go through an overview of the whole Ritualize product and what's actually involved in it. When you first sign up, you'll actually be taken to a BioAge page where you do a BioAge assessment. This is a series of questions on different aspects of your lifestyle. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes. From there you'll get a BioAge score, whether your BioAge is younger or older than your birth score, and then you'll get a breakdown. So if you have a look here, is what your results will look like, depending on whether you do it on the website or the app. And for each section that you look at, you will get breakdowns on those different sections, and we will suggest different rituals or goals depending on the answers that you've given us. So whenever you decide that you want to do it, so here we can see a ritual doing burpees, and you can see there's 517 other people doing it. You just click add and it'll add it to your ritual board. So that way, as soon as you've done your test, you can start to build your ritual board. Here you can see that's where I'm scoring the worst. So we can suggest these different things. When you've done a bit of that, then you'll visit your dashboard. And here you can see I'm getting points for creating a ritual. So you get points for pretty much everything that you do. So when you go to your dashboard, here, and my dashboard has obviously been going, but yours will be relatively blank. Up here, these are the key metrics that we want you to look at. So your rituals, your 80-20 days, which is nutrition, your steps, and your nudges. When you arrive on here, your leaderboard will be empty. This is where we'll prompt you to invite friends. So there'll be a little prompt, and you just type in their email address or their name if they're on the platform. You put your name in and they'll pop up and you can just friend them. If not, you can send them an email address. So feel free to invite some family members onto it. So the leaderboard, we have daily leaderboards, we have weekly leaderboards, and we have all-time leaderboards. And the key thing with this is giving you a chance to get up on top of the leaderboard. If you're nowhere near all-time, then daily you could be closer to there. But let's have a look at a few things. So one of the key things of Ritualize, obviously, is the ritual board. So the ritual board is where you're ticking off rituals. And here you will see other people who are doing these rituals. This is a new feature. You can actually invite someone to do it. So if I look down here, 2 liters of water, I can share that ritual. So I can type in a name and it's going to come up with all those people. I'll click that. And an invite will go to say, hey, Paul would like you to do the ritual, 2 liters of water. The other things, when you create your rituals, is if you click on any one of these, you can set reminders. So you set reminders on different days, and you can select a number of different times to actually set those reminders. So this is the best way to form habits, is to set those reminders. And if you've downloaded the app on your phone, then you'll be able to get reminders that pop up on your phone to say, hey, drink your water or go for a walk or whatever it may be. So you can set weekly targets for those rituals, so you can change that, or you can have counted ones. So a counted ritual is where it's more than once a day. Say I want to do 200 push-ups a week, and that will change how it's actually done. So if I would go back to the dashboard, and we'll look at, actually let's go back to the ritual board, and you can see most of mine are checked off, but there are some ones that are counted. So if I was to do 30 push-ups, input that, and that goes towards my total, and so I've got to hit these numbers on a weekly basis. So that works the same on the app as it does on the website, and that's really key. So remember to set those reminders, and we will suggest rituals to you from time to time, as your friends might. Next thing is the 80-20 days. This is a very quick way to track nutrition. So you can see it's Tuesday morning here, and the key thing for an 80-20 day, you've got to get 8 out of 10. So if you look, I got all 10 of them. For this, it's the top 6 things to do and the top 4 things not to do. So the idea is to give you a little bit of latitude. Just get 80% of the way there. It means you can have more than one alcoholic drink, and you might have a little bit of processed meat, but you can't have either of those things, and then you've got to tick off all those other 6. So if we look last week, so you get smiley faces whenever you get an 80-20 day, and you get points for getting an 80-20 day. So it's a way of tracking your nutrition in less than a minute and just keeping you focused and on track. If we go back here, steps. So if you have a device, it'll prompt you to sync your device. Mine is clearly here synced with my Fitbit, and you can kind of track, looking over days, looking over weeks, over months, how many steps you're actually doing, and you can add steps and stuff like that. So we sync in with lots of different devices, so it doesn't have to be Fitbit, and we're just about to release something where we'll sync in with the phone as well for the steps. Now, if you don't have a device, this will automatically default to activity minutes or active minutes. And that way you can, with activity, you can log your activities. So here are the logged activities that I've done. You can just log an activity. You can say it's today, I did some moderate exercise and I did 20 minutes of moderate exercise, and I'll save that. And that would then contribute to my active minutes. There's a more complex way of doing things. We can look at advanced when you're logging, and here you can look at lots and lots of different things, and once you've done things once or twice, it'll actually come up to the top, so you won't have to keep searching for those sorts of things. So that's just a way of logging activity. If we go back to here, nudges, this is a very important part of the process. This is a social thing. So here I can see that Cliff has ticked off 7 rituals. I'll comment, nice work, or if I can't be bothered commenting, I'll just send him a high five. I can send him a hug, I can taunt him, I can send him a smiley face, any of those sorts of things. You can also, when you're commenting, you can just like Twitter, you can use the @ thing, and someone's name will come up, and that will actually send him a message. It's kind of like sending somebody an individual message, and he will get a notification that I have sent him a message. So that's two ways. You can either just comment on stuff, or you can actually name someone and send them a message. So I could do a new post if I'm on here, and I could write in this post at Ollie, and he would come up there. So I could actually post a message and tag him. I can upload a photograph, might have been something that I've eaten, a workout, whatever it may be, and then you would save the post. And if you do attach file, it'll go to your desktop. If you're on your handheld device, then it will go into your photos library. So that's that, and you can see, because I've set nudges there, my nudges has increased. So we set you a target of 8 nudges to do it. You can actually get in and set your steps total if you do sync with steps, or you can set the amount of active minutes if you're not using steps. So other things on here, we've talked about the bioage, and again, it's not really your score that's important, it's about how you change over time. So the key thing, if you look at these different sections, they're the different sections of the bioage, and if you go to the 80-20 lifestyle, which is up at the top here, these are the same sections. So the key thing is, the idea is to test you on something and then teach you. With lots of, I'll just quiet him down, lots of little 2-3 minute videos on all sorts of different aspects of your life. So the whole idea is test you, suggest some rituals, give you some education, and then you come in later on and you retest. So here we're looking at all sorts of things, from goal setting, behavior change, physical activity, the importance for brain, for your cells, all of this stuff, nutrition, resilience. This is stuff that is all about neuroplasticity in the brain, and this is things like toxins, lack of sleep, what sort of happens, things to do. In this 80-20 lifestyle section, you'll also see exercises. So there's a number of different workouts. Zoo is a certain type of body weight type workouts or type exercises. There's a whole heap of individual exercises in here. And in the app, which I'll show you a bit later, we've actually compiled a whole heap of pre-made workouts. And recipes, we have hundreds of recipes in here under breakfast, snacks, lunch, dinner, soups and salads, and all of these recipes are our own, and they are synced in with our nutritional guidelines or our nutritional ethos. So it's all about how to do it, little photographs of them, those sorts of things. So I recommend you cook some of these, take a photograph of it, upload it as a post, or create your own recipes, upload them. If we like them, we'll stick them on Ritualize. So we really want to make this a very social thing. So if I go back to here, we've talked about rituals, we've talked about nutrition, steps, sleep. So this, I'm not tracking my sleep, but if you sync in with something, you can track your sleep, or you can add it. Next month we'll have that automatic logging with Fitbit and other devices. Goals, this is where you can put your goals in there and you set a date for it. We're soon going to be releasing reminders and prompts for you to say, hey, this goal is due next week, what are you doing towards it, those sorts of things. We talked about activity. Weight is just another way to track your weight. Again, I'm not tracking my weight, but some people might like to. The news section, this is where we communicate with interesting things that we have come across, stuff that we think is relevant, new recipes, all of those sorts of things will go into your news feed. So that's a way of just keeping you engaged. Challenges. There will be different challenges. You guys will come into the Tasmania challenge and you'll automatically go into an 8-week challenge. But we will be doing more challenges, and then later on, after you've finished your 8-week challenge, there will be other ones to do. But like I say, you'll automatically be entered into that challenge. So that's pretty much what it looks like. The rest of it is kind of admin-y stuff. And that's what it looks like here. So remember, 80-20 lifestyle. That is where you find your exercises, the education, and the recipes. The rest of it can be navigated down the left-hand side here. But pretty much everything that you do gets you points for both your leaderboard and your team's leaderboard. So if you're in a tribe, you'll see under the challenge, when you go to challenges and you click on a challenge, you'll actually see your tribe within that leaderboard within that particular challenge. So that's where you'll see that. Now, other things that I wanted to show you is just how the app is a little bit different and some extra functionality on the app. But just before we get into it, so the general overview is the way it works is you come in, you do your BioAge, you get an assessment, you then make these small changes with these little rituals. And the key thing I would recommend is that you make lots of small rituals. Have a couple of big ones in there, but the key thing is have those small rituals, because the small ones are much easier to do. And this is heavily grounded in neuroscience, is when you achieve something and you tick it off, it releases a little bit of dopamine in your brain that says, that felt good, do it again. And dopamine, we know, is not only pleasure, but it is goal-directed behavior. So it actually makes you want to do the behavior again. And this is based on the work of Professor B.J. Fogg. So making those little changes, ticking off lots of little rituals will actually help keep you synced in with your goal. Going through the 80-20 lifestyle, through that education, will give you tips on lifestyle and how to make little tweaks. We got all the recipes in there, and then we keep you on track with all of these challenges, trackers, social nudging, tribes, these sorts of things. When we look at the app, this is the iPhone view. It's slightly different than Android, but essentially the same thing. Your dashboard, the main board will be here. There, you click on any of these things, you click on rituals, it'll take you straight to your ritual board. Same with the 80-20, your steps, your nudges. And that'll take you, if you hit nudges, it'll take you to your feed. You just click on track and you can track any of those things. You click on that for profile, or it may be challenges in there. And then the more tab, that's where we find more stuff. But here's a look at the leaderboard. So you'll see if you click on leaderboard here on the dashboard, it'll go to this view. Like I said, from a tribe's perspective, challenges will be here if you've got a challenge, where this profile is, and you click on that, and that's where you'll see where your tribe is. The feed, that is the whole social feed. There's the ritual board. Remember to just, on the app, you just need to click directly on the name, and that will pop up so that you can set reminders, or you can share your ritual board or share your rituals. I suggest somebody else does it. BioAge results looks like that, kind of same thing. There's what steps looks like. And here you can watch the videos, and that's accessed through the more section and through the 80-20 lifestyle. Recipes the same, that's in the more section. So don't forget to click on this more tab, because there's a lot of stuff in there. And one of the big things in there is these workouts. So we've got 5 different levels of pre-made workouts, and 3 workouts for each different level. So all the way from very unfit or beginner, all the way through to kind of weekend warrior at level 8. For any of these, if you click on one of the workouts, you'll pop up with that workout. You can click on preview exercises. where it'll show you a list of the individual exercises. You click on one and there'll be an instructional video on how to do it. And once you're happy how to do all the exercises, you come back to this and click on music tracks, and that will then sync. You can add music that's on your phone so that you can work out to the music. You'll click next, and then this screen will come up. You press start, it'll give you, generally it's a 10-second, maybe a 15-second countdown, and it'll start playing the video of the exercise that you're about to do. And then when it goes into the workout phase, you'll be working out and it'll count you down from 30 seconds in this case, and it'll give you a 4-beat countdown in terms of when it goes to pause. So every workout in here, there's a work ratio and then a rest ratio. So it might start off where you're doing 15 seconds of exercise and 15 seconds of rest. Right up at level 5, most of them are 30 seconds of exercise, 10 seconds of rest. And in the rest period, it'll show you the next exercise. So all you need to do is just put your phone in a corner of the room, press play, and off you go. And all of the workouts in here, they don't require any equipment and very little space. So, and they're all on 12 minutes or under. So really we're trying to remove the barriers. So that is pretty much that for Ritualize. You'll see tribe leaderboards whenever you go into your tribe, and it'll be quite an interesting social experiment. So just remembering this, first thing, get in, do your BioAge, add some rituals in there, then get in, play with the 80-20 lifestyle, go through the challenge week by week. Everything that you do pretty much on the app is going to get you points for both your personal leaderboard and your tribe's leaderboard. So every video you watch, every recipe that you look at, every workout, and all of those things. The other thing that we're adding very soon is GPS tracking of exercise, such as in Runkeeper or Map My Run or Map My Fitness, those sorts of things. And so you'll get points for automatically doing that, and it'll go straight into your social feed that you've just done a 20-minute run or whatever it may be. So that's pretty much that. Looking forward to the challenge, and yeah, let's get into the social feed, upload photos, just make it really social, and let's see what we can do for Tasmania. And I will be presenting to the results at WorkSafe Tasmania at the end of May. So watch this space.